Hello guys, welcome back to a new video here today. I just want to thank you guys so much for all the support you guys have been giving me for my latest podcast and giving me all the views you guys have been listening. So thank you guys so much, and it means so much to me that people can actually listen throughout their car ride or whatever they're doing without their day, and it makes a difference. And I'm so happy and grateful that I'm able to do that. And I can't wait to influence millions and thousands of other people. You know what I mean? That's what this channel is about. But getting into the topic of this video, this is about how self improvement looks like. Not just how it looks like, but how does one start self improvement? How does one get started? You don't really get started, at least from my experience. I don't know if this is everybody else's experience, but how I got into self improvement wasn't necessarily a choice, but something that has just happened by nature. You know what I mean? I think we all, at some point in our lives, if not now, maybe not in a bad way, but soon, I think we all at one point hit this canon event in our lives where we're alone. We don't have someone we can talk to. We don't have someone to be there to listen and just to give you advice. When you need it, or you need a ear, or you need somebody just to give you guidance. Sometimes there's no one there at all, and you just run into yourself. And I've made videos about this before, why it's so important to start taking care of yourself and start looking after yourself. But sometimes you come to this realization where you have to be there for yourself. If you're not going to be, who else is going to be? And then you realize it's, at the end of the day, it's only you. It's only you that's living your life and that has control over your life. And you're saying, what do I do? How do I stay content with myself when I don't like being alone? I think when you're alone, you have to face yourself. You can try taking substances, you could try doing distractions, you can try doing your hobbies. And that's fine doing your hobbies. It's fine trying to distract yourself. That's fine. But we all know that you all eventually end up running into yourself. But most importantly, the version of yourself that you don't like. And oftentimes that's the unconscious self. The thoughts that you have that you don't realize that you have. And that's mostly where your negative side comes from, right? One night or one day, you just have a moment where you're like, this is what I don't like. I don't like how I respond to these reactions. I don't like how I react these ways. I don't like how I handle conflict. I don't like how I'm not constant confrontational. I don't like how I can't confess how I feel. I can't communicate how I feel. I can't communicate in general. I can't love anybody else because I don't have any self-love. I don't have any care in this world. How do I don't have nothing. That's what people may be thinking, may be saying. And those are the thoughts that you come to or say when you face yourself, right? But you just have to keep asking yourself, why? Why do I feel this way? Why am I not confrontational? Why am I not doing what I thought I would be doing? Why am I doing that I said I would be doing? Why? Why? Some of it can stem to childhood, some of it can stem to personal things. Whatever it may be that it stems from, it's from moments of childhood or moments of growth that you never really healed from properly. And that's why you have this unconscious self that thinks negatively about yourself. That's why you have these negative thoughts that come in when you're in your emotions. Because that's the truth. Your unconscious self always comes in when you're feeling all your emotions out. When you're in a normal state of mind, you're not talking negatively to yourself. You're not saying I'm a dumb, I'm a chud, I'm an ugly piece of crap. You're not saying all of that. You only say that in the heat of the moment. And that's when you face that other side of you. So no matter what that moment comes from, that childhood moment that you haven't healed from, you have to connect and talk to yourself in a way where you have to be there for yourself. Because most of the times when we had those childhood moments or those moments of growth that hurt us as a kid, we never got reassurance from that memory. We never got help from that memory. We never got healed from that memory. So you have to heal that childhood self. You have to heal that former self that you were and be there for them. And that goes by telling yourself like things like, it's okay. You can communicate now. You can confess how you feel without getting backlash. Me personally, that was always a big one for me. You know what I mean? I was scared to communicate my feelings as a kid because when I did, I would get yelled at. I would get cussed the heck out of. You know what I mean? And it's like you have to go back in time within yourself. Maybe go back through that memory and literally say, it's okay, Ricardo. It's okay. It's okay to say how you feel. If someone starts backlashing you or starts saying anything, it's okay. You could say how you feel. It's validate yourself on how you feel. Because when you're younger, no one validated how you felt. So now it's time for you to validate how you felt when you were younger. And say it's okay. Cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel your emotions out. It's okay to do whatever feeling that left you felt out. Right? And just hug yourself if you need to. Go take yourself out, start doing your favorite hobbies if you need to. Whatever it is that makes you be there for yourself, heal yourself. However you would want your friend to be there for yourself, be there for you. Be there for yourself the same way. The way you would be there for another friend, be there for yourself the exact same way. That's how I was. I remember, I remember before I was into self-improvement, like in middle school, I would always like being there for people. I was just one of my things that I didn't realize that I liked is that I like helping people. I like giving good advice to people. I like being there for people because I like, number one, I like seeing people at their authentic selves. I like seeing people be vulnerable because that's natural, that's human, and that's beauty. The fact that you could cry in front of me or tell me your personal problems, that makes me feel like good about myself because I can be there for you. I can offer you guidance. I can offer you the support that I never had as a kid. And that's where it all comes to. And in a way, that's why I make my videos. Because I didn't really get the support I wanted emotionally when I was a kid. And I want my videos to be supportive for kids my age when I was younger that didn't have someone that was talking to them about their emotions or didn't have someone that's talking about their feelings or no one was there to validate how they felt or to even listen, to understand how they felt. now that we're kind of trauma dumping, yeah, when I was a kid, yeah, I really couldn't express how I felt. I couldn't say anything. I just had to keep it all to myself when I was alone. And now I understand why I make these videos for other people. And for myself, it's because for my younger self, when I was a kid that needed support, you know? Sorry, I'm already crying up. But I'm not. But yeah, you have to dig deep within yourself, through your childhood self sometimes, and just be there for yourself, heal yourself. And what nobody tells you, what I haven't told you, is that self-improvement, self-love, self-care is not the happiest at first. Definitely not. It could be very depressing at first, because you're facing the real self. You're facing the negative side of you, and it's like two sides collide, and now they're batting it up. You have one side that's full of positive thoughts, and one side that's full of negative thoughts and self insult thoughts. You know what I mean? Like self negative. And then, but once you realize there's this war going on within your head, realize that, or not realize, but make that last thought a positive thought. And the more you make your last thoughts positive thoughts, the more you'll see that those positive thoughts will always start outweighing the bad. You start finding yourself being more optimistic, more positive. Shit, they just put more bullshit on my plate. All right, whatever. I'm gonna just take it more one at a time. All right, now it just gives me things to do. Now it's just gonna make my day go by. That's how I try to see it. If there's ever more things on my plate, it's just more struggle that I could not beat off. It's more struggle that I could burn off and more to learn from. You know what I mean? It's just more reps and reps and reps of growth and growth and growth. That's all I see it as. Growths or steps to be more disciplined or more hardworking. It's all about shifting those thoughts around, and you'll find the difference in how you live your life. But don't expect that change to be so quick. All right. When you're starting self-improvement, self-development, it's not that quick. And it's not I lost my words now. It's not a directional journey. It's not a straightforward journey. I don't know. It was something so simple, I know. It was because my neighbor walked by, and it was like, of course, now they just heard everything I was talking about, and they just saw me looking crazy. But I don't care. That's one of the things I have to get rid of. That I don't have to care about how I'm perceived. See, I'm struggling with you guys too. Anyway, back to the point. Self-improvement is always a thing, as you can see, because I still think about what other people perceive of me. But yeah, self-improvement, self-development is not a straightforward journey. It's not a straight linear journey. You're going to have a lot of setbacks sometimes. So you're going to think, damn, did I get worse than who I was before? You're going to think that. And that's natural to think that, but realize no. Come to that thought of, hey, last year me didn't have this much growth, didn't have this much of a difference in not just who I am, but the way I'm living, the way I'm thinking, the way I'm perceiving life. Those are small things that we don't realize make a big difference in our life. And that's why I want to show this to everybody else, influence this on everybody else, because it's so important. All right. That's my message for today. That's the video for today, guys. It's so crazy, guys. I've been having writer's block this whole entire 2 weeks because I don't know what to talk about. I find myself struggling. And I just made my podcast video, and it's just proof that once you just take action, thoughts will come to mind, ideas will come to mind. but I just still didn't. I kept thinking, man, I have to upload first because I made my second podcast episode before my next video, and I was thinking, man, no, now I have to make a YouTube video, but I don't know what to talk about. I don't. I've been trying. I've been reading. I've been getting. I've been reading, getting with myself. I've been reading Atomic Habits, and it's about habits. And I'm not gonna lie, habits is something I'm still struggling on. So I can't really make a video on that. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to. I've been having writer's block, but after I made my last podcast episode, I just recorded it before this one, so you'll see me in the same shirt. So don't say I'm stinky now. All right, but yeah, after I made that podcast video, it's just like I already know what to. Now I had the idea of what to make for my next video. So at least now I know. So thank you guys so much. I hope this video could be proof that self-improvement, self-development is a daily thing. It's not one thing you just accomplish. It's always a daily thing. All right. So please recognize that. Please remember that and live by that. All right. So I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys for always being there and just clicking on this video, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for 143 subscribers. Let's make it to 150. Let's make it to 150, guys. I can't believe we're at 140 already. To think that we're gonna be at 150 is actually insane. 150,000 people in front of my front yard. Holy! Imagine me making my video in front of 100 to 150 people. Number one, that's the dream. Number one, that will be the dream. Number one, I have that dream. But number two, it's just that's the perspective you gotta have, though. I know if you're a content creator like me, you can't be thinking, man, only this amount of number. No, bro. Imagine that many amount of people in front of you. If I had 150, I have 140 people in front of me. Holy smokes. I'd be nervous. Holy smokes. But that's what I'm saying. It's a shift in the thoughts that make the difference. So that's all I had to say, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys for listening and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces. Oops, I don't know how to end the video.